What do I think? There ain't nothing to think. It's a knockout.
No, but I'm saying like just of the fight because it seemed like
whatever I say,
whatever I
say,
not that. It's just like he wasn't ready, man.
whatever I say is not gonna benefit.
Yeah, exactly. You should have.
Congrats. Let's see him unified. Let's see. Well, he's unified now. Let's see him become undisputed. Good job.
Are you proud of the way Xander performed?
No, I
Definitely.
give him props.
Heart of a
He was like
champion.
lion.
He showed, and his team was. They made the decision. That's it.
What do you think about Boots' performance? I mean, he overcame some kind of hard spots there.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I see things, though, that I think other champions in that weight class or contenders could capitalize. I'm not there yet. I'm at 147. We'll go from there, but for anybody at 154, I hope they saw what I saw tonight.
Nah, tonight Sanders surprised me. It was a blowout, you know, but I got to give it to Sanders, you know what I'm saying? I think that Sanders should have waited a little bit longer, you know, get more experience, and, you know, and then fight Boots. It was too early, you know, but if you got to give it to Sanders, you got to give it to him, man. He got the heart of a lion, and he'll be back.
I know you said, you know, it was too early, but I mean, he did get up from the knockdowns. It seemed like he had Boots hurt like in the third, fourth there. I mean, did you think maybe
I was surprised that they let the fight go that long, you know, because I was really concerned about him getting hurt like that. But that's boxing, you know. Their corner decided to let him out. Thank God, I hope he's okay. And you know, there was times there that he could have turned it around, but I mean, tonight it was Boots night, you know what I'm saying?
Boots Ennis, what a great fight. You are a machine. Zayas, a little inexperienced, but you will be back. You're a great fighter. Let's make the biggest fight in boxing today. Virgil Ortiz, Boots Ennis, let's go.
He could have did it the first round, but you know, he gets in there and like to play around a little bit. I'll get on him sometime about playing around like that.
And then that third round, it seemed like Xander had a lot of success. Man, I don't know if
Y'all better look at the tapes again. Y'all talking a lot of success. You anybody go 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
Did your instructions change after?
No, nothing changed. I wanted the Boots to go to the body more, you know what I mean, and use his jab more. But he was setting a lot of shots up too. You see the shots he was hitting with, you know what I mean? And I was telling him not to stay there, because every time you stay there, you hit him with a good shot. Xander grabs him, he holds him. You don't see Boots doing the holding. You see he can outbox him too. You saw what he was doing when he was jabbing. How many jabs he was hitting with? You know what I mean?
10 seconds.
He can do that, but he loved to fight. That's why these people come to see, man. He put on the show, man. You know what I mean? That's why they come to pay to see.
But I think the older he gets, 33, 34, 35, that's when he becomes, I think that's when he becomes the type of fighter you can't hit. You know what I mean?
So what would you kind of tell him in terms of like trying to shore up his defense a little bit? Because when he got hit with the third, with one hand,
It's just, it's not really about, when you throw, you're gonna get hit. You know, he loves fighting. He's a fighter at heart. Like I said, with age, the older you get, the smarter you get, the more wiser you get. Then you realize, like, I take less risk and I become more of a boxer. He has that ability. But now he's young and he's in his prime. He's a dog. He likes fighting. He enjoys it. At 154?
and you got to be a
Pandora. Yes.
even more than
Virgil is that's Boots style. He likes when people come to him. You know, you can use all his tricks. It's not gonna be nothing. He don't have to figure nothing out. It's gonna be right in front of him. But Ortiz is a warrior, so he gonna be like Xander. He gonna fight to the end.
You know, Danny.
But Pandora gives anybody problems.
Why ain't take the fight in the beginning? You know what I'm saying? He just, bro, I ain't be talking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to tell you, I'm really different. He gonna see firsthand. He gets hurt a lot. He's flat-footed, and he been dropped multiple times. When he get hit by me, it's gonna be different. I'm trying to tell you.
Then what would you grade your performance?
Meanwhile, during their press conference before the fight night, Jaron Ennis had projected immense confidence ahead of his clash with Xander Zayas, insisting that his preparation had been flawless and that he was equipped to handle anything his opponent throws at him. He had brushed aside concerns about Zayas' size, pointing out that he regularly shared the ring with much larger opponents in camp and dominated them. Ennis also stated that he was unfazed by Zayas' Zayas' game plan, as his team had covered every possible scenario in training and predicted a knockout victory, promising an electrifying performance for the fans.
To be honest, I don't care how he fight. It don't matter what he do. We ready for everything. We had every style in camp, so it don't matter. Whatever he want to do, we could do it. So y'all know my slogan. We in it all like a rivalry, so that's what we're going to do.
That's a 2-belt world champion, career-long or almost career-long 154-pounder, but you've said all along, I'm levels above him. There's nothing he can do better than me. Why do you believe that?
Like I said before, he's a solid fighter. You know, he's a world champion for a reason, you know, but it's just levels. You know, it's just levels, and I'm going to show come Saturday night and show my skills and my ability. I can't wait, yo. I'm trying to tell y'all, I cannot wait. Y'all know my slogan. I'm in and out like a rivalry. Me, by winner, by KO.
Furthermore, Boots had also laid out his long-term vision beyond Saturday's contest, making it clear that his ultimate objective is to claim all the belts at 154 pounds. He had mentioned potential opponents such as Sebastian Fundora, Josh Kelly, and Virgil Ortiz as part of his plan to dominate the division, and stated that his intention is to systematically work through every top contender in the weight class. He had stressed that while his immediate focus was on the upcoming fight, his broader goal is to solidify his status as the undisputed king of the junior middleweight division.
I mean, after I'm victorious this Saturday, you know, we're not looking past Xander Zayas at all, but after I'm victorious this Saturday and I bring back home these 2 belts, it's, you know, undisputed. Yeah. Undisputed. If I can get these, you know, the next champion in the ring or whatever, or whether it's, you know, Fundora, Kelly, or it could be Ortiz, you know, just my goal right now is just to clean out this whole division. You a champion and you want to be great and you want to take over, you know, whatever division you at. My goal was to be undisputed at 147, and once I figured out that they was playing around and these guys didn't want to fight and things like that, I'm like, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and, you know, I'm glad I was able to become, you know, unified and lineal champ. You know, I beat Stan Jonas, got the WBA in the Ring magazine. I was glad I was able to do that, and but yeah, I was like, it's time to go, because I can't keep playing around, waiting around this week, because I'm getting older.
Based on Boots' planning prior to this bout with Zayas, Eddie Hearn had also mapped out the future for Boots, insisting that his fighter would only pursue major matchups from now on. He had named Fundora and Ortiz as potential targets in the junior middleweight division. Hearn had acknowledged that Virgil may need a tune-up bout first, after an extended layoff, but could still be in the mix later this year, and stressed that Ennis is open to facing anyone at the top level and will not accept lesser challenges.
Do you go after a Fundora? Do you still go after a Virgil?
Kelly, Josh Kelly, Virgil Ortiz. Boots will fight anybody, and he won't ever want a small fight again. Big fights only.
Does Virgil negotiations change, being that
listen, whenever he's ready, I think Virgil will want a comeback fight. He's been out for nearly a year, but if he's ready to go, maybe we do that in November, December.
On the other hand, Xander Zayas had described the upcoming bout as a lifelong dream realized, expressing genuine excitement about headlining his first pay-per-view event at the Barclays Center. He had vowed to utilize every tool in his arsenal, including his physical advantages, and emphasized his ability to adapt throughout the contest. Zayas also rejected claims that he was outmatched, asserting that his skills are superior and that he would silence any doubts on fight night. He had stressed the importance of staying composed, enjoying the moment, and gradually taking control of the action.
First off, I wanna thank the Zone, Top Rank, Matchroom. I also want to send a message to Venezuela. They had a big earthquake last night. I got a couple friends out there, so I hope everything is good. If you guys need any help, my heart is with you. You guys can contact me, and I will provide any help I can. With that being said, man, I'm excited. 48 hours, man, it's the dream. It's what you've been dreaming of since I was a kid, since I was 5 years old, wanting to be a world champion, wanting to be in big fights. Now I get to do it. First pay-per-view, Barclays Center, New York. I'm excited. I'm gonna take over the world.
Just like Boots, Xander had also reflected on what life would look like after this bout, confidently stating that he would wake up as the best 154-pound fighter in the world. He had emphasized that his focus was not on fame or popularity, but on proving to himself that he could accomplish what he had set out to do, and had acknowledged that recognition would naturally follow success, but made it clear that his primary motivation was personal validation. He insisted that his victory would solidify his status at the top of the division, regardless of external opinions, and made it clear that his legacy was the only thing that truly mattered to him moving forward.
And what does that look like?
I'm gonna be the best 154 pounder in the world. It doesn't matter how my popularity is gonna grow. That doesn't matter. That comes with the territory. That comes with me growing and getting better as a fighter and people liking me. But it's more about just proving myself right, knowing that I know I could do this, and I know I will do it Saturday night. And Sunday morning when I wake up, I'm gonna be the best 154 pounder.
Though leading up to the fight, doubts surrounded Xander. He had looked noticeably better and more energetic on weigh-in day, resembling his usual sharp self. His body appeared fuller and healthier, suggesting he had managed his weight cut effectively. On the other aisle, Boots had also looked ready, calm, and locked in for the challenge ahead. Both men had appeared fully prepared for a war, setting the stage for an explosive showdown in the junior middleweight division.
Xander Zayas, Jaron Boots Ennis, 12 rounds for the unified WBA and WBO Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Matchroom Boxing in association with Top Rank Incorporated and Boots Promotions, live on DAZN from Brooklyn, New York, USA.
Being Boots' promoter, Eddie Hearn had acknowledged that Ennis possesses undeniable pound-for-pound talent, but has insisted that true recognition only comes with a stacked resume. He has identified the Zayas fight as the first major step towards securing that status. Hearn has expressed full confidence in Ennis's abilities, stating that he has no doubt about the outcome on Saturday night. He has predicted that Ennis will deliver a statement performance and prove he belongs among the sport's elite. Hearn has made it clear that this fight is the beginning of Ennis's journey to pound-for-pound greatness.
The guy to my left is, I believe, the future of the sport, the future pound-for-pound #1. But as I keep saying, everybody knows he's got pound-for-pound ability. But until you stack up the resume, you can't be on that list.
Right.
And this is our first big step to be on that list.
Absolutely.
And start to show people how great he is. So I don't want to rub people's nose in it. I want to say let's all work together to make boxing great.
Meanwhile, Boots Ennis had voiced a strong belief in his son's readiness before the fight, pointing out that Boots feels far more at ease now that he is campaigning at 154 after spending a full decade at welterweight. He had recognized that Zayas is the naturally bigger man and would likely move up again in the future, but had stressed that Boots' adaptability and extensive preparation would be decisive. Boots had hinted that the best version of Boots had yet to be seen, and predicted that as long as Boots sticks to the game plan, he will come out on top against any challenger in the division.
All his training camps is really not too much different. Because he trained, he loved to train, you know what I mean?
Yeah, now that he's at 154, what's different about him?
Well, he feels much comfortable now because he held 147 for like 10 years. So he feels comfortable now. He was too big, he was going to move up anyway. So, you know what I mean? But he taking a chance, you know what I mean? And he want to be great, so I mean, like I said, I respect Xander for taking the fight. A lot of guys didn't want to fight Boots.
Right, but talk about that respect because he's a unified champion. He's not even just kind of a star alone. He's a unified champ, giving opportunity to a guy that a lot of people didn't want to.
And he didn't have to take the fight. He could have forced somebody else. Right. So that's why I respect him.
Moving on, expressing a different view, Max Kellerman had pointed out that both Xander and Boots have yet to truly prove themselves as legitimate champions, despite holding belts and being considered elite talents. He had argued that the winner of this fight will finally establish themselves as the true champion of the junior middleweight division, as the Ring Magazine title is vacant. Kellerman had emphasized that this matchup represents the closest either fighter had come to cementing their status as the division's top dog, and made it clear that the bout carries significant weight for both men's legacies.
Two-rank guy, the title's vacant, you become champ. You have to really be the champion. But at 54, Mike, it's vacant. And if he beats Boots, he'll be closer to actually being the champion of the division. Same thing with Boots. Even though Boots has a welterweight ring championship, he's never really beaten anybody.
They're both in the same, yeah.
For both these guys, they'll be as close as they've ever been.
On the other hand, sharing his prediction, Gabe Rosado had outlined the keys for Zayas to emerge victorious against Boots, emphasizing the importance of using his reach, footwork, and combination punching to keep the fight at a distance. He had noted that Zayas must avoid smothering his punches and instead land shots from the end of his glove, making full use of his physical advantages. Rosado had also suggested that Zayas' legs and ability to control range will be crucial in neutralizing Ennis's pressure, and emphasized that if Zayas sticks to his game plan, he had a legitimate chance to pull off the upset.
It's off boxing.
Boxing, yeah.
Using those legs, using that height, using that range, throwing combinations. See right here, see how Xander punches off distance?
Yeah.
He's not smothering himself. He's not coming all the way in. All those shots is off the end of the fist.
Right.
The end of the glove right there.
A lot of distance.
It's distance, right? So he needs to stick to what he does best, fighting off distance using those legs.
Meanwhile, sharing his views before this bout, Teddy Atlas had predicted that the fight would hinge on whether Zayas could effectively use his legs and jab to control the distance and keep Ennis at bay. He had emphasized that Zayas' footwork and reach management would be crucial in neutralizing Ennis' pressure, and noted that Ennis would need to target the body to slow Zayas down and take away his mobility. He had suggested that if Zayas could maintain his outside game, he would have a strong chance of victory. Atlas concluded that the bout would come down to whether Ennis could impose his will or if Zayas could execute his game plan from the outside.
In that area, that neighborhood of being their plan. Zayas' legs and his jab control the outside, control range. Well, you need the jab if you're going to be the guy who the burden's going to be to kind of make the fight, press the fight. You're going to need the jab to do that so the guy don't pot shot you. So he doesn't control the outside. So he don't dominate you with that stick, you know, as Ali would say back in the day. He's going to have to go to the body. He being Ennis, he's going to have to go to the body, take the air out of the wheels. Because I'll say it again, the key components are the jab, and for Zayas, for both guys, but for Zayas, the legs. His legs are going to have to take him to victory if there's going to be a victory, where he gets the angles, he controls in and out, the whole thing I just said.
Roy Jones Jr. had also refused to underestimate Xander before the fight and dismissed the notion that the fight comes too soon for the young fighter, arguing that holding 2 world titles means he must be ready to face all challengers. Furthermore, Roy had praised Zayas' boxing skills and ring intelligence, but had given the edge to Boots Ennis due to superior experience, speed, and power. Jones had suggested that most of the intangibles favor Ennis in this matchup, and emphasized that while Zayas is a worthy champion, Ennis appears to have the broader arsenal needed to secure victory.
You got 2 world titles in that division. You got 2 of the world titles, that's implications that you're trying to go become the undisputed champ of that division. So it can't be too early, or you should have vacated those titles. Once you get a title, now you got to play king of the hill. Whatever show up on that hill, you got to face. So it can't be too early. Second, I like Xander Zayas' boxing skills and boxing IQ, but I think Boots has a little bit more experience and has a little bit more of the intangibles, like the speed, the power. I think most of the other things lean toward Boots. Can he take Xander's punch? Because Xander's only been campaigning at junior middleweight. Boots' 2 world titles are at welterweight. So that's another thing that's going to factor in. I like both guys, I really do, and I think both guys are top-notch fighters. And why I'm so excited about this fight.
Talking about the future, Roy Jones Jr. had emphasized the enormous stakes awaiting the winner of this showdown, noting that the victor would move on to face a formidable opponent in the division. He had pointed out that a win for Zayas would open the door to a heated Puerto Rico versus Mexico rivalry, which traditionally captivates fight fans. For Ennis, Jones had suggested that consecutive victories over Zayas and the next opponent would solidify his place as the undeniable ruler of the weight class. Jones had concluded that the outcome carries massive implications for both men's legacies.
Because the Towering Inferno has a belt, we want to see the winner fight the Inferno. For Xander, if it's Puerto Rico versus Mexico, that's always a huge rival. So that's what we're looking at. And for Boots, for you to beat Xander first, then go beat the Towering Inferno, you're going to be the king of the division, without a question. So there's so much on the table here for both guys. I'm just happy that the fight is happening right now, when both guys are at where they should be called their peak.
However, before the fight, Showbiz the Adult had noticed that Xander Zayas seemed visibly depleted during fight week, with hollowed eyes and a noticeable drop in energy compared to his usual presence. He pointed out that Boots Ennis, on the other hand, appeared vibrant, well-conditioned, and full of confidence throughout the build-up. Seeing this, Showbiz had raised concerns about how Zayas' difficult weight cut might affect his performance on fight night, and acknowledged that, though Zayas' age could help him bounce back, the physical signs at the weigh-in were concerning. Showbiz had ultimately questioned whether Zayas could perform at his best after such a taxing weight reduction.
There are a lot of people who are concerned. Many of us who went to the press conference yesterday Many of us who were at the media thing the day before looked at Xander Zayas and thought Xander Zayas looked drained. Okay, he not only did he look skinny, but he just looked like his eyes sunken in a bit, and he also looks down on energy, like his energy is low. As far as Boots Ennis, Boots looks like he's having a ball, right? He just looks like he's, not only does he look healthy and in shape and look like he's making weight and everything, he looks happy about it. He's energetic. He feels confident about it. If you hear him in a press conference, how he was talking about everything, like you get, he had a poppy voice, a good attitude. He looks like it's just a matter of time before he become unified 154 champion.
However, Showbiz had admitted that although Xander looked depleted on the scale, his youth might allow him to rehydrate effectively before stepping into the ring. He drew comparisons to fighters like Devin Haney and Conor McGregor, who often appeared gaunt at weigh-ins but recovered well. Showbiz revealed that he placed a small wager on Zayas due to the attractive odds, but still expected Boots Ennis to come out on top. He had also reasoned that a win for Zayas would either mean Ennis was overhyped or that Zayas was far more exceptional than anyone realized, but still made it clear that his official prediction leaned heavily toward Ennis securing the victory.
Zayas, he does look weight trained, but he's 23. I want y'all to think, when you're older, okay, and you put that on your body and you lose a bunch of weight, you gain, it's harder to do that. But think about Debo, think about Devin Haney and what he was doing, that Ant-Man power he has to shrink and grow. You do that more when you're younger. Xander Zayas shrinking down at 23, looking weight drained right now. Like I said, Debo used to look like a skeleton, right, on the scale. You see Conor McGregor, remember those days? Oh my God. But then they rehydrate and they're more healthy on fight night than someone who was in their 30s or late 20s even. So with that, I'm going to say, look out for him being weight drained. But you may be surprised by his performance.
So in the end, what are your thoughts on the fight results and the possible next steps for each fighter? Make sure to tell us about your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to our channel for more exciting boxing updates.